Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Welcome back to Lindbergh Great Field. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we get set for Game 2 of our doubleheader between the Missoula Mavericks and the Glacier Twins. And it will be Zach Hangus on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks in Game 2. Lineup, Jay Tyree in center field to start things off. It'll be number 13, Zach Veneman behind the plate, batting second. Batting third will be number 10, Kobe Clark Dickinson. He is the pitcher. Trenton Tyree will be in left field, batting fourth. Chad Queen will bat fifth and hold down third base. Holding down first base will be Austin Andrchik. Jack Price, as we have one over the plate for strike one. And a swing for strike two. So 2-2 on, or 0-2 on the count. It is Corbin Hurst at shortstop batting eighth, and rounding out the order is Gavin Schroeder as we go to out number one. So that takes us to Zach Veneman, the catcher, with one out, nobody on. And that handsome young man you saw running up the stairs, that's Dax Frazier getting ready to run our scoreboard, as Hathaway has a quick visit with Hangus on the mound. So Veneman will step in. Nobody on and one out. And a swing for strike one. Now, Hangus has been great coming up from the A squad this year and has really proven to be a stellar pitcher amongst a group that they were kind of searching as, are we going to even count at one? For the Mavericks, it's Dayton Bay leading things off at second as we get a swing for strike two, 1-2 on the count. Stuart Long will be the shortstop, batting second. Batting third is Trad Richardson as the DH. Drew Stensrud will hold down first, batting fourth. Batting fifth is Connor Daniels in right field as Hangus will deal, and we get a swing for strike three, and that will be two outs.
Number 10, Kobe Clark Dickinson.
As the pitcher, Kobe Clark Dickinson, comes to the plate. Jake Littner will bat sixth. He's going to hold down third. Andrew Clausen is the wall behind the plate at the catcher position, batting seventh. Batting eighth is Bo King, standing in center field, and Parker Stevens in left. This one will be dribbled out, and the shortstop will go to the ground trying to make the throw, and that runner will reach. And we'll score that as a hit. So with one out, or two outs and a runner at first, we go to Trenton Tyree for the Twins. Mavericks get a 10-0 win in 6 innings against the Twins in the first game. Dylan Chalmers standing tall for all 6 innings, and he would actually, I didn't see the final stats for his pitching stats, but he was just under 70 pitches last I looked in the 6th inning. Hangus now with the first pitch, and this one will be lifted foul for strike one for Trenton Tyree. But we'll take a look at Hangus's stats here, as he has, as I said, been playing very well up from the A squad. The throw to first on the pickoff play. Drew Stemsrud over there at first, and he has been doing well over there. For Hangus, he's 1-2 on his record. 7 games he's pitched in, 3 that he started, as this one's going to be fouled. It'll back behind Clausen. It'll be strike 2 regardless, so 0-2 on the count. But for Hangus, he's got a 2.61 ERA. 20 2/3 innings pitched as they throw back to first. 14 runs off of 26 hits. 6 of those 14 runs have been earned. He's hit 2, walked 7, and struck out 34 with a 1.6 whip. And that's Hangus for your numbers. Runner's going to go. This one's going to be fouled down the third base line, and everybody will reset. We stay 0-2 on the count. Game 2 of the doubleheader. I want to say hello to the Glacier Twins fans that were not able to make the trip and are watching on MPSN. And, of course, we want to say hello to our Maverick faithful who are listening and viewing the game today. Here's Hangus now with the 0-2. Runner's going to go, and this one's going to be a swing off of. It will be fouled back. And we stay at 0-2. The runner at first will step away. He's going to go once again, pitch and a swing, and that will be the side. So one will reach, but he'll be left behind, and it's goose eggs on the scoreboard after the first half inning. We'll have the bottom of the first right after this.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Lindbergh Craigfield. Game 2 of the doubleheader between the Missoula Mavericks and the Glacier Twins. Mavericks getting game 1, 10-0 in 6 innings, and now we'll have game 2. Leading things off will be Dayton Bay. Stuart Long in the on-deck circle, and Trad Richardson will be in the hole as we start things off. Pitching is the ace, Kobe Clark Dickinson for the Twins. And Wednesday night when we were in Helena, these Twins beat the Helena Senators as Trad Richardson shags balls out for behind the plate as Clark Dickinson is warming up. But talking to the Helena Senator fans on Wednesday night after the win by Glacier over Helena, they said you need to watch out for this Clark Dickinson young man as he is stellar on the mound, and he has been throwing well in his warm-ups here. Mavericks will have the Butte Miners for 2 games tomorrow right here at Lindbergh Craigfield. I would encourage you to come out and cheer on these young men for some baseball action. First pitch is at 1 o'clock right here at Lindbergh Craigfield. Don't let the clouds scare you away. It's a great place to watch some baseball. Wednesday night will be a home game for the Mavericks as they play a 9-inning game against the Helena Senators, once again finishing out the opening season, the non-conference
Coaching at first base,
matchup
Ryan Mosier. Coaching at third base, it is
between the Helena Senators and the Missoula Mavericks.
And leading off for the Mavericks, the second baseman.
Then we have our
Number
first
one,
tournament
Bay.
and then a road trip to Hamilton for the Bitterroot Red Sox. So the Glacier infield will meet on the mound, and then we'll see Clark Dickinson with his first pitch of the game. Clark Dickinson now with the pitch, and it'll be outside for ball one. We've got 51 degrees here at the field, 50% chance of humidity or precipitation with a westerly wind 6 miles an hour, and we'll come in for ball two to Dayton Bay. Dayton Bay, he's been able to get in on 13 games. 20 at-bats, 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 RBIs, as this one's fouled down the line to get a strike one. Bay with 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, and he's stolen a base and he's been caught stealing once. A little bit of moisture here at Lindbergh Craig Field, but it's just spitting right now as we get ball 3. 2-2, okay. Sorry about that. Here's the Clark Dickinson pitch, and Bay will foul this one. A little hopper down the third base line, and we stay at 2-2. Stuart Long in the on-deck circle. Here's the 2-2. And Bay will be struck out to start the game for the Mavericks. That'll bring us to the shortstop, Stuart Long. Long was the designated hitter in the first game. Clark Dickinson taking a moment on the mound and now is ready for the pitch. Here's the stretch. And this one's going to be bounced out. It'll get by the second baseman. Stuart Long is going to find himself on for the Mavericks. Nice little dribbler out
Designated hitter number 13,
past the second baseman.
Richardson.
That'll bring up Trad Richardson with 1 out and 1 on. Clark Dickinson leans in to get the pitch from Veneman. And the pitch. Swung on, and Richardson's going to have one down the third base line. Is it going to stay fair? No, as it hops about 3 feet foul. And it will be strike one, 0-1 on the count. A little bit of moisture coming down as fans do have some umbrellas out, ducking underneath things. And Clark Dickinson trying to hold Long on at first there as he's looking over there once again. Drew Stensrud in the on-deck circle. Here's the 0-1 to Richardson. And we'll have ball 1. For Trad, he's been walked 6 times, struck out once, hit once. He's got 4 sac flies and 2 stolen bases coming into today. 17 games, 54 at-bats, 17 hits, 11 runs, 12 RBIs. He leads the team in RBIs. Right behind him is Dane Frazier with 10 as time is called. He also leads the team in hits with 17. Dane Frazier right behind him with 16. That's coming into today I don't have the game before this one loaded into the system. As we sit at 1-1, Clark Dickinson and Andrechik playing catch at first. Now we get the pitch. Richardson down the same line. This time it looks like the right fielder's going to get there. Nope, it's going to hop foul, and we'll have strike 2. Clark Dickinson checking the runner at first. Long playing out there. And the pitch. And that one's going to tag Richardson. He's going to go ahead and toss the bat to the dugout. And the Mavericks will have runners at first and second with 1 out, with Drew Stensrud coming to the plate. Stensrud steps in. And he's been playing over there at first, and what I think Hathaway's been doing is this one's going to come inside for ball 1. Is Frazier is one of the horses in the stable at the pitching position for the Mavericks. And so when Frazier is not holding down that first base, they need somebody that they can depend on over there. And Stensrud's been doing a good job over there. As we get one over the plate for strike 1. Voorhees, I forgot, has a delay in his call. He's been doing some softball stuff, so I saw him this year with the Loyola Breakers softball program and got to heckle him a little bit. I always go out with softball and introduce myself to the umpires, as this one's going to get us ball 2 to Stensrud. With the Mavericks and Legion Baseball, well, they are on top of it as far as finding out who the umpires are. When it comes to softball, you've got to go out and do the research yourself. And so when I go out and talk to the umpires, as this one's going to be foul down the first base line, and we'll go 2-2 on the count. I introduce myself, and I always tell them, I want to get your guys' names. That way when I say bad things on the radio, or on the stream about you guys, I get it right. But you guys know I never say anything bad about the umpires unless it's the general out there. But that's a whole different story. So we go 2-2 on the count to Stensrud with runners at first and second. Connor Daniels in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch by Clark Dickinson, and this one's going to be fouled off once again. And Stensrud stretching out Clark Dickinson's pitch count. Richardson at first, Long at second. Here's the pitch. And a swing for the strikeout for out number 2. So Clark Dickinson has been able to deal strikeouts for the 2 outs on the inning. And we come to the left-hander in Connor Daniels. Here's the pitch. Connor Daniels is going to send this one into the parking lot for strike 1. Daniels, 12 games total so far this year, not including the one that he played in here. This one's going to hop out to the shortstop. He's going to bobble it, finally gets it up and will not make the throw, and the Mavericks will have loaded bases with 2 outs, and it's a reach off an error. We come to Jake Littner, the third baseman. Littner to settle in. He's had some time on the pitching mound, hung out at third, which is where he's at today. Outside pitch is a ball. So we go 0-1 to Littner. 2 outs and loaded bases for the Mavericks. They started game 1 with a pair of runs. They're looking to do it again today as Lintner will slice for strike 1. 1-1 on the count, 2 outs. Andrew Clausen in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. Outside, and we get ball 2. I saw Clark Dickinson at the State A tournament last year in Miles City. Very impressive young man. He pitched in one of the games that we covered. And this one's out to the shortstop. It's going to hop in between the shortstop's legs. That's going to go ahead and bring Long home. Richardson will round the corner at third as the throw is made. And the Mavericks will toss a couple of runs up on the board here in the bottom of the first. And they are going to call that an error. Twice now the shortstop has had the play, and it's been between his legs. We drop to the number 7 spot. The catcher, Andrew Clausen. 2 outs on the board and runners at first and second for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to tag Clausen. And the bases are loaded up once again for the Mavericks. Clausen this year
Center fielder number 6, Bo King.
has been hit 4 times. That'll be number 5 as we come to Bo King, the center fielder. And that's going to warrant a visit by the pitching coach, and he's going to walk all the way to Clark Dickinson and check in with him as the entire infield stands at the ready. And that will be a quick visit as they head back out. Bo King for the Mavericks, with runners at first and second. And 1 out, or 2 outs on the board. King will settle in. And we get a low pitch for ball 1 for Clark Dickinson. Clark Dickinson played at the shortstop position in the first game. This one will be fouled for strike 1. Even count at 1 for Bo King. He's been in 12 games, 21 at bats, 2 hits, 5 runs, an RBI, walked 9, struck out 7, has 4 stolen bases for the Mavericks. It's King and Bridger Johnson, each with 4 stolen bases, leading the team currently. And it's a strikeout to end the side. So the Mavericks put two on the board. They leave 2 behind. And it's 2-0 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Top of the second, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Warning, warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, warning. This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the second inning. Mavericks lead 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard here at Lindbergh
The third
Craig
baseman,
Field.
number 22,
We'll start
Chad
things out
Queen.
with Chad Queen, the third baseman for the Twins. It's Zach Hangus standing on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. And Hangus's first pitch of the inning will be outside for a ball. Hangus has been a fun one to watch this year as we get a foul ball towards the dugout down the third base line to even at 1. Making his way into that groove for the Mavericks as far as the pitching staff goes. And this one will be foul back to get a strike 2. So 1-2 on the count. It's the 5, 6, 7 batters. Queen at the plate right now with Austin Andrechik in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch by Hangus. And we go 2-2. Hangus with the set, and now a swing, and that will be out number 1, and that is why Hangus has been one of the guys that has impressed me so well.
First baseman, number 29.
As we go to the first
Austin
baseman, Austin Andrechik. Left-handed batter settles in with 1 out, nobody on. Here's the pitch. And it'll be outside for ball 1. Looks like we've got some horses over at the equestrian park. This one's going to be over the head of Stensrud, rolls lazily into right field. Daniels will pick it up, and Glacier will have a hit with a runner at
Second
first.
baseman, number 9, Jack Price.
Brings us to Jack Price, the number 7 spot batter for the Twins, the second baseman. Price looks down the third base line. Gets the signal with 1 out, 1 on. Here's the pitch by Hangus, and this one's going to be bounced out into left field. Picked up by Parker Stevens, and with 1 out, the Glacier Twins now have runners at first and second.
Shortstop, number 4, Corbin Hurst.
Corbin Hurst now the shortstop. He did not play in that first game. He'll settle in. Hangus leans in, gets the pitch from Clausen. And it's outside for a ball. Glacier, they are the runner-up from last year as the Bitterroot Red Sox took state, and they would actually beat Glacier. Glacier won state? No, I checked with Coach before the game, and he said they were runner-ups. Okay. 1-1 on the count. Hangus now leans in. Pitch on the way. And this one's going to be a little hopper. It'll be in the glove. Throw to second, and they'll turn the double play. Mavericks hold them off on the infield, and we go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Missoula. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN. Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Welcome back to MPSN, bottom of the second inning, and I've been corrected. It is the Glacier Twins who are the A state champions from last year, ending the 3-year reign from the Bitter Red Sox. That is from Dax Frazier correcting me, so I appreciate that, keeping me in my place. When I had spoken to Coach Murray before Game 1, I think I might have confused him. For the Mavericks, though, it will be 9-1-2 with Parker Stevens leading things off.
Number 18, Parker Stevens.
Stevens for the Mavericks settling in. He pitched on Wednesday night over in Helena as Clark Dickinson straightens his jersey out. And we're ready for the first pitch of the inning. And Frazier will swing for strike. Stevens will swing for strike one. Parker's played in 10 games. He's had 20 at-bats, 5 hits, 3 runs, an RBI. As we get ball 1. Parker walked 5, struck out 8, and he has a stolen base. And we get ball 2. Klein Voorhees, our plate umpire, calling balls and strikes as Use has moved into the outfield. Top of the order in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the 2-1, and we get ball 3. Stevens looks at Hathaway, who has his hands on his hips, and then settles back in. Parker with a .231 on base percentage. And he's going to go ahead and make it to first to start the inning off the walk. Swings this to the top of the order to Dayton Bay, the second baseman. So 1 on, nobody out, top of the order. Mavericks lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. Clark Dickinson checks the runner at first. And he'll deal. Bunt laid down, and that one's going to roll right to Hathaway for strike 1. Usually Hathaway jumps out of the way for those ones, but I think with the little bouncer, he was just going to pick that one up and take it away. So the second baseman will settle back in. 0-1 on the count. Stevens steps away from first. Throw down the line. Parker will dive back in and will be 1-1 on the count. Nope. They say strike 2. And Clark Dickinson taking a little time between pitches to settle himself back in. Going into today, Twins 7-3 on the season. And he'll step off the rubber. Mavericks do have their 2 runs off a 1 hit. Now we get the pitch. And it'll be a strikeout as Voorhees will rip the phone book. 1 down, 1 on.
Stuart Long.
As we come to Stuart Long for the second time on the day. Long settles in with Parker Stevens at first. Here's the pitch. Swing for strike 1. Parker over there, and time is called by Long. Hathaway with a quick signal. For Long, 622 on base percentage, 480 as a batting average. He's been walked 9, struck out 5, hit twice. He has 2 stolen bases in 13 games. Clark Dickinson now ready to deal on the 0-1. And Long will have a little hopper out. Third baseman will have it on the bounce, a throw. The bag is stuck, and that will be out number 2 as Stevens makes his way to second.
Number 13, Trad Richardson.
Takes us to Trad Richardson, the designated hitter for the Mavericks. Clark Dickinson ready with the pitch. Steps off the rubber after a long look at Parker over at second. Now we're ready. Pitch on the way. And it's high for ball 1. Even count at 1 for Richardson. Bottom of the second. Here's the pitch, and Richardson will send this one high and in the glove, and that's the side. So Parker Stevens will load up, but he'll be left behind, and we stay 2-0 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Top of the third right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Lindbergh Craig Field as we go to the top of the third inning. Missoula Mavericks leading the Glacier Twins 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bottom of the order to start things out for the Twins, that would be Gavin Schroeder, the right fielder. So 9-1-2 for the Twins here in the third as we deal outside for ball 1. Left-handed batter is Schroeder. And Voorhees will bark the strike call to go 1-1 on the count. 1-2 on the count. To the right fielder. And a swing for a strikeout for out number 1. Hengis dealing heavy here in game 2. That'll swing us to the top of the order for the Twins, Jay Tyree. Tyree to settle in, and the first pitch will be a ball. So we've got the Class AA state tournament figured out for softball as we go outside for ball 2, as we have had a rain out. And this one will be cranked right in the glove of Lettner. They'll go ahead and throw to first, and that will be out number 2.
Number 13, Zach Veneman.
So it looks like for Class B, the Breakers, they take down Manhattan this morning. Looks like McKenna Bissett had a no-hitter against Plains Hot Springs. So a 4 o'clock game coming up between the Breakers and the Florence Falcons, as this one's fouled back by Veneman. Zach Veneman. And the gate is open down the third base line for the Twins as they've been warming up a pitcher. As we get another foul tip, sending us to 0-2 on the count with 2 outs for Veneman. And the Breakers, they've really come on since McKenna Bissett has been able to pitch. She had to sit out with the change, or with the transfer from Big Sky to Loyola. She had to sit out a certain amount of time as per MHSA rules. But as soon as she came in, it was a difference. Kayla Hickether, a great pitcher over there, but you know, to have a second pitcher to help out as we get ball 1 to Veneman, 1-2 on the count. You know, with the pitching rules, you can have, as this one's going to be coming off the hand grips, King will come up, it'll hop in front of him, and that'll be a runner at first for the Twins with 2 outs. Brings us to Kobe Clark Dickinson, the pitcher. So 2 outs, 1 on for the Twins here in the top of the third. Scheduled for 7 here in the second game. And a throw back over. Class BC state tournament going on in Anaconda right now. The wet weather really wreaking havoc on sports this spring as Voorhees will bark out strike 1. Holding teams off in the beginning of the season and now affecting the divisional tournament, as Hengis will go to first. We had the Class AA and Class A Eastern tournaments canceled. This one's going to be fair. Good job by Lettner. He'll have the throw to first. Stensrud will stick the bag, and that's the side. So 1 gets on and is left behind. We stay 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Mavericks portion of third coming up right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of prep sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN as we have the Mavericks portion of the third inning. It is Clark Dickinson on the bump for the Mavericks. It will be, the middle of the order. 4, 5, 6 scheduled up. Stensrud, Daniels, and Lettner. Lettner with that good play out there at third just a few moments ago. Whereas Stensrud will make his way. Oh, he's going to come back. The catcher, Veneman, comes out. And will now be there for some pitches for Clark Dickinson. Mavericks lead 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Stensrud coming to the plate, and he's had a pretty good day in both games. I was talking to the Royals manager last weekend after the game with the Mavericks. We were watching the post-22 Scarlets game together, and he was talking about how, you just throw guys in there right now just to see what they can do. Searching for those spots as we go outside for ball one. You have returners, but some of these new guys, you might have to have veterans slide into different spots just depending on what you have. And Benjamin was really open with me last Saturday night. I was surprised as we had a high pitch for ball two. Had a good conversation about the Royals this year, what he saw in the rest of the league. Here's the 2-0. And this one's going to hop foul up over our heads for strike one. Benjamin, though, really looking forward for conference play. He likes to get these ones out and get into conference play. Here's the 2-1. And we get ball three. We won't see the Royals now until mid-June, I think. And this one's going to tag Stensrud. He's going to go ahead and get the free base. So to start the inning, the Mavericks will have a runner on at first and Stensrud as Connor Daniels comes to the plate. No outs on the board. Horses out working in the equestrian park. Never been to Lindbergh Craig Field. I would encourage you to come out next weekend. I mean, we'd love to have you out tomorrow and Wednesday night, but we're going to have some tournament play on next weekend. And while here at Lindbergh Craig Field, whoever decided to put the field here was really on top of it, because you've got the equestrian park right behind Blue Mountain. You can't see it right now because of the cloud cover, but Lolo Peak sneaking in the backdrop as well. And Daniels will lay the bunt down. They're going to say fair, throw to first. The bag is stuck. That's out number one. As Stensrud will advance to second. So the sack bunt will bring up Jake Lintner, the third baseman. And had a little scare with him last Sunday in Billings as he was on and dove back into the bag at first. And they would have to call time and take a look at him. Both the trainer at the facility and also post 22, the hard hats, travel with the trainer, as this one is going to be over the plate for a strike. 0-1 on the count, 1 out. Andrew Clausen in the on-deck circle with Drew Stensrud at second. Here's Clark Dickinson with the pitch. And we go back outside for ball 1. Veneman behind the plate, and he's a very athletic young man. Did well on the mound against the Mavericks. Of course, they beat him up on the runs, but lots of composure out there. He worked hard. And then behind the plate, as Lettner will roll this one out to the shortstop. A high throw to first, but it will be out number 2 as Stensrud advances to third. So 2 down on the inning here in the bottom of the third, where the Mavericks lead 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And we come to the catcher, Andrew Stensrud. Andrew Clausen, sorry. Drew Stensrud is at third. Here's Clark Dickinson. And Clausen will foul this one into the Maverick dugout down the first base line. 2 outs. Bo King in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. And Voorhees will bark the strike call to get us 0-2 on the count now. For the Twins, it'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters scheduled in the next inning. Here's the pitch. And Clausen will be struck out to end the side. So Clark Dickinson, after giving up a couple of runs in the first, has come back and stonewalled the Mavericks. 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Top of the fourth right after this.
The Mavericks are proud.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we advance to the top of the fourth inning. Mavericks lead 2-0 over the Glacier Twins here at Lindbergh Craig Field. Game 2 of our doubleheader. We'll be right back here tomorrow, folks, as the Butte Miners will be in town for a doubleheader. Zach Hangus on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and he will deal a strike right out of the gate to Trenton Tyree. So 4, 5, 6, Tyree, Queen, and Andrechik as we get an even count at 1 now on the board. And we've got the gate swung back open for the Twins down the third baseline. This one's fouled over the dugout on the first baseline for strike 2. And Hangus will have a strikeout for the first out of the inning. Takes us to Chad Queen, who's at third in the second game. He had some time behind the plate, started out at first base in game 1. Here's Hangus now with the deal. And he'll skip over the outside of the plate for strike 1. Hangus in 3 1/3 innings, 41 pitches. 31 of those have been over the plate, as this one's going to find the gap over second. King goes to a knee, and the Twins will have a runner at first with 1 out.
Number 29, Austin Andrechik.
Austin Andrechik now. the first baseman. Anderchick and Queen would swap out from catcher to first base in that first game. There was very few defensive changes. Here's Hangus now. And this one will come off the bat. Bo King is, nope, it's going to be into the glove of the second baseman for out number 2. Good look by Dayton Bay.
Number 9, Jack Price.
And we come to Jack Price now, the second baseman for Glacier. 1 on, 2 outs, top of 4. Here's the pitch. Actually, they're going to go back to first on the pickoff. Here's the pitch. And it'll be low in the zone for ball 1. So 1-0 on the count. To Price. Ball 2. 2-0 for Price. Singled his first at bat today. Bottom of the order, or no, Corbin Hurst. Throw to second, and the tag will punch out the side. So a gamble for second will end the side, and the Mavericks hold on 2-0. Bottom of the 4th, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratt from Missoula Prep Sports Network as we are in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mavericks lead 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And it's kind of been a pitcher's duel outside of that first inning where Clark Dickinson gave up 2 runs. The 2 pitchers, Clark Dickinson for Glacier and Zach Hangus for the Mavericks, have been stonewalling their batters. For the Mavericks to lead off the inning, it'll be the center fielder, Bo King. So 8-9-1 on the schedule. Clark Dickinson now will have the stretch. And his first pitch of the inning is going to be over the plate to King for strike 1. For King, he was struck out his first at bat. Here's the 0-1 by Clark Dickinson. And we get ball 1, so an even count. The Mavericks will be home tomorrow against Butte, as we mentioned. We've got Helena Senators, as this one's going to be off the glove of Veneman for ball 2, so 2-1 on the count. And then it'll be a home game, 9 innings on Wednesday night. First pitch at 7 against the Helena Senators. And King will dribble this one out to Clark Dickinson. A lazy throw to first, and that is out number 1.
Number 18,
Takes us to the bottom of the order for the Mavericks to Parker Stevens. 1 out, nobody on. And then next weekend will be the first tournament the Mavericks will host this summer, their annual Memorial Day weekend, as Clark Dickinson will have the pitch and Stevens will swing for strike 1. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Come out and check out some baseball next weekend, folks, here at Lindbergh Craig Field, and over as we get strike 2 on the swing over at Allegiant Park. Home of the Missoula Osprey, who will be getting into the action here in just a little less than a month. As we go 1-2 on the count to Stevens. 1 out on the board, nobody on. Top of the order in the on-deck circle. Clark Dickinson will pitch. And we get an even count at 2. And Parker will show patience at the plate to get a full count at 3-2. And then June will be some home games before the Lewiston tournament, and Parker Stevens will be walked to put a runner on at first with 1 out for the Mavericks. Brings up the top of the order, Dayton Bay. Here's the pitch by Clark Dickinson. And Bay will take this one for a ride into left field. Left fielder can't keep it in the glove. They'll say safe in the field, and Dayton Bay will reach with 1 out on the board. Runners at first and second for Stuart Long, the shortstop. So Long looks down the line, gets the signal from Hathaway, and now steps in. Clark Dickinson. Checks the runner at second, and now the pitch. He'll come in low for ball 1. They had the gate open while the Twins were batting, and I'm wondering if they were just having Clark Dickinson kind of tighten that arm up. Here's the 1-0. And Long will foul it down the third base line for strike 1. So 1-1 on the count. End of the prep spring sports season coming to an end next weekend, as we will have state tournaments. Of course, tennis having their state tournament this weekend, and well, we'd have some local winners for that, as Long will have another foul ball down the third base line to get a strike 2. We had the Class B golf state tournament right here in Missoula this week, with the Loyola Rams and Breakers being dominant once again. Katie Fagg and Bucky Crippen have been just exceptional on the golf course for the Rams and Breakers, and we get a phone book tear for out number 2 from Klein Voorhees. That will bring us to the designated hitter, Trad Richardson, with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Here's the pitch by Clark Dickinson. And he'll find the plate for strike 1. Glacier Twins looking to see if they can have another dominant season again this year. Here's the pitch. And a swing for strike 2. And these Twins, cream of the crop for A. Beat Red Sox right up there. And then those Laurel Dodgers as we go outside for ball one. Probably the top three teams that come back from the state A tournament last year. Of course, the Missoula Mavericks A squad is playing lights out right now. But of the teams that are returning from the state tournament, as Clark Dickinson will step off the rubber. Mavericks continue to play at the A level like they have been to open the season. They could be another contender there. And fans wanting a balk, Hathaway arguing for it. And Voorhees and Hughes will come together. Hathaway's still out there chirping. And they're going to reward the balk. So that puts Stevens at third and Bay at first. Richardson 1-2 on the count with 2 outs. Richardson settles in, and here's the pitch by Clark Dickinson. And Richardson's going to have a good little hop. The center fielder will dive for it. Stevens will score. Richardson's around to second, and that'll bring in Bay. So Trad Richardson will bring in 2 runs for the Mavericks off the double to make it 4-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Brings us to the first baseman, Drew Stensrud, with 2 outs. So Trad continuing his lethal injection at the plate. Here's the pitch. And Stensrud pops this one down the first base line. The right fielder is, man, he had a good stride and was trying to get over there. It's going to be strike 1 as he couldn't get to it, but he was trying to get out there. So 0-1 to Stensrud with Richardson at second. Bottom of the order coming up for the Twins in the top of the 5th. Outside for a ball. Stensrud today, a strikeout and has been hit by a pitch. Here's the 1-1 by Clark Dickinson. And we hear Voorhees with the strike call to make it 1-2 on the count. Connor Daniels in the on-deck circle as Richardson steps away from third. Outside to even the count at 2. So with the end of the spring sports season coming to an end here next weekend, we get to focus in on Legion baseball and fast pitch softball, and a dive layout by the center fielder, cannot get to it again, and Stensrud will score Richardson to make it 5-0 Mavericks here in the bottom of the 4th as we have Connor Daniels come to the plate.
Number 9, Connor Daniels.
And Stensrud once again making a mark in the lineup. Here's the pitch by Clark Dickinson. And the gate is swung open again. This is a pitch off the knees of Veneman, and Stensrud will advance to second. So the Twins will warm a pitcher up in the dugout or in the bullpen down the third base line. Connor Daniels facing a 1-0. Here's Clark Dickinson. And Daniels will foul this one up to even us out at 1. Jake Lentner in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. 5-0 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the pitch. And Veneman doing a good job of keeping that one in front of him for ball 2. Otherwise, Stensrud would have found himself to third. Pitch on the way. And it's outside on the lefty for 3-1. So we'll have Mavericks baseball through the summer. We'll have Bitterroot Bucks and Bitterroot Red Sox. Those are the 3 teams in the area. And then Avalanche softball will have games going on. We're going to keep track and try to follow, I believe it's the Bitterroot Blaze down in Hamilton, as we'll have one over the plate to make it a full count at 3-2. And then we'll follow the softball team out of Frenchtown this summer. We're going to be having some things coming up with the Legion and softball teams to honor them. Take a look for those the 1st of June, as Daniels will be struck out to end the side. So 3 runs earned for the Mavericks while leaving Stensrud at second. And we go 5-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Top of the 5th, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Warning, warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, warning. This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the 5th inning here at Lindbergh Craig Field. Missoula Mavericks lead the Glacier Twins 5-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Zach Hangus is the pitcher. This one's going to be pop foul, and Andrew Clausen not able to put it in the glove for strike 1. Those ones that pop off short here on the inside of the foul area. It's a horrible way to explain that. It's kind of tough, though, for the catchers to come off and get. So Zach Hangus, 4 innings, 48 pitches, 36 of them have been strikes, as he's going to bring up strike 2 here against Corbin Hurst. So 8-9-1 on the inning. And this one will bounce down. Good job by Lintner. The throw to first, and Stensrud will have the heavy foot on first for out number 1. Takes us to Corbin Hurst.
Number 4, Corbin Hurst.
So 7, 8, 9 batters on the inning for the Twins. Hurst will settle in with 1 out. Here's Hangus with the right-handed pitch. And he'll be low for ball 1. Coach Hathaway kind of pulling the reins off a little bit on his pitchers now, letting their arms warm up in those first couple of games. Good backup by the shortstop. The throw to first, and that is out number 2. Great job by Long at the shortstop to back up Lintner and
Number
make the
15,
play.
Gavin Schroeder.
Takes us to the bottom of the order to Gavin Schroeder. Two outs on the board. Mavericks will have 6, 7, 8 batters up as Hangus will have a ball pitch to the left-handed batter. Here's the pitch. And this one will roll up on the pitcher's mound. Once again, a throw to first, and that's the side. 1, 2, 3 for the Twins. Mavericks bat right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn and Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. We've got defensive changes for...
Your attention, please. For Glacier now pitching, number 5, Nathan Hayter. Now playing shortstop.
So Hayter will come to the plate
Dickinson.
and pitch now. For the Twins, Clark Dickinson is at shortstop. And Hayter is going to come in for the place of Trenton Tyree and bat in the 4th spot. Which one? In the 9 spot. Oh, okay. For the Mavericks, though, it'll be Jake Lintner to lead things off.
Lintner.
So Lintner, Clausen, and King scheduled for the Mavericks, and first pitch will be a ball. (2-0) very quickly to Lintner, who is 0 for 2. Reached off an error his first at bat, and he's going to take this one down the third base line to get to strike one. So 2-1 on the count. Andrew Clausen in the on deck circle. Here's the 2-1 by Hayter, and it'll be low for a ball. So Queen, Clark Dickinson, as this one's going to be fouled off to get us a full count at 3-2 by Lintner. Be Queen at third, Clark Dickinson at short, Price at second, as Lintner will hop this one over the first baseman, who is Andrachik. And the Mavericks will put one on to start the inning.
14, Andrew Clausen.
The catcher now, Andrew Clausen for the Mavericks in the bottom of the 5th inning, leading 5-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Throw to first. Lintner dives back in, and that's kind of the play that Lintner had last Sunday that folks were a little worried. Well, I wouldn't say worried, but he went down as Clausen will swing for strike one. They took a moment, called time, and had trainers check him out, but he hopped back up and finished the game out. Here's the 0-1. And we'll get ball one. Bo King in the on-deck circle with the Maverick, for the Mavericks. Hayter on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And Clausen will have contact. It'll be strike 2. Throw to first. Lettner diving back in. Here's the pitch by Hayter. And Clausen, high shot into left field. Left fielder tracks it down in the clouds, puts it in the glove, and that will be 1 away.
Number 6, Bo King.
Brings up Bo King, the center fielder. King, another one of those veteran utility players. Catcher, center fielder, left fielder, right field. And this one will be fouled up over the first baseline for strike 1. For Bo, 0 for 2 on the game. Strikeout and a ground out. A little bit of a breeze coming up. You can hear it on the mic. Throw back to first as Lintner dives back in. 1 out. Bottom of the order in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. And King will have it right over the shortstop's head, and Bo King will get on with a smart little shot to put runners at first and second with 1 out. Parker Stevens now for the Mavericks with 1 out and 2 on. Here's Hayter with the pitch. And Parker Stevens will bounce this one. Throw to second is overthrown. They will make the throw to third. And King will have hold at first. So Lettner at third. Off the line drive. Parker Stevens is out. And an error charged on the throw. So the top of the order for the Mavericks at the plate now with 2 outs and a runner at third. Bo King at first. And Stuart Long in the on-deck circle. And they'll throw over to King, who dives in. Inside pitch, and King's going to go ahead and make the base at second. So runners at second and third for Bay as he's got ball 1 on the board. Hayter gets the pitch, and now it's on its way, and we'll have a ball. Here's the 1-1 by Hayter. And Bay fouls this one down the third baseline. Hathaway will go for this one. And we go 1-2. Here's the pitch. And Bay will be loaded up after the HBP. That'll take us to Stuart Long with loaded bases and 2 outs for the Mavericks. Bridger Johnson now in the on-deck circle, as this one's fouled off for strike 1. So the designated hitter, Trad Richardson, is done for the day, and Bridger Johnson will bat in his place as we get ball 1 to Stuart Long. 2 outs, runners at first, second, and third. Bay at first, King at second, and Lentner at third. Here's the 1-1 by Hayter. And that one's going to tag long. That'll bring Lentner home from third to add a run on for the Mavericks, as Bridger Johnson will bat for the first time today.
Your attention, please, for the Mavericks, batting for Richardson, number 10, Bridger Johnson.
Here's Hayter with the pitch, and Johnson will bounce this one. Mosier's going to try to palm it, but not able to hold on to it, and we'll have strike one to Johnson. Johnson is another one of those guys that's moved up to the AA and has been having some good looks. The ball's going to go away. That's going to bring King home. Runners advance to second and third, and the Mavericks now lead 7-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Runners at second and third, and the pitch gets us even at 1 on the count. Here's Hayter with the pitch, and we'll get ball 2. Glacier fans cheering on Hayter as we get outside for ball 3. So 3-1 on the count. Pitch on the way, and that's going to walk Johnson to load the bases with 2 outs. Drew Stensrud, and that's going to warrant a visit. And the infield will come together. Now, the Missoula Prep Sports Network, it is part of the Milk Crate Media 406 group, and well, we do a variety of things with Milk Crate Media 406, and one of those things is we're going to be hosting some podcasts coming up here in June. That's right, we've got our studio built and we're ready to go, and we will have some podcasts starting off with the Chris Stratton Show, which will be coming in the middle of June. Check us out online at mcratemedia.com. Milk Crate Media, proud supporter of high school sports in Missoula. Here's the pitch by Hayter. Stensrud will hop this one into right field. Right fielder tracks it around, dances around, puts it in the glove, and that's the side. So the Mavericks earn 2 as they leave 3 behind, and
big thank you to Missoula Compost Collection.
we go to the top of the 6th. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Warning!
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning! This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton and Lindbergh Craig Field. As we have the top of the 6th inning, the Mavericks lead 7-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And it's the top of the order, Jay Tyree, to lead things off. Zach Hangus with the first pitch. It's going to be punched up in the air and land on the netting down the first base line. It will be strike 1. Andrew Clausen and Drew Stenzer trying to get there, but that one into that safety netting down the first base line. Looked like Mark Richardson was going to have a play on the ball there, but no chance. Now Tyree will foul this one down the third baseline to go to 0-2 on the count. Zach Veneman in the on-deck circle as Tyree faces the 0-2. Here's the Hangus pitch, and it's going to be high for a ball. That one looked like it might have gotten away from his grip as he had the toss. Here's the 1-2. And Clausen keeps it in front of him to make it an even count at 2. For Tyree's 0 for 2 struck out and a ground out, his first 2 at-bats, and that'll be strikeout number 2. Out number 1 here in the 6th. Brings us to Zach Veneman for the 3rd time today. Veneman to settle in. Here's the pitch. And Veneman will duck out of the way for ball 1. Hangus would pitch through the first 4 1/3 last weekend as Veneman puts this one up in the air. Clausen's looking for it and not able to hold on to that one. And we'll be even at 1. And we'll have players walk down to the bullpen for Glacier. Number 21 going down there. Not sure if he's the one that's going to be throwing. But that was the jersey on one of the young men that went down that way. Here's Hangus. And this one will come off the middle of the bat. Stevens is there in left field, and that will be out number 2 off the pop fly.
Kobe Clark Dickinson.
Brings us to the shortstop, Kobe Clark Dickinson. As he looks down third baseline, Coach Murray, hands on his hips. Pitch on the way from Hangus. And he'll put it over the plate for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. And it'll be high in the zone to even it out at 1. Mavericks will have 2 games against the Butte Miners tomorrow right here at Lindbergh Craig Field. First pitch is at 1 o'clock. As we come back inside for ball 2. 2 outs on the board here in the top of the 6th. Here's the pitch. And we get 3-1 on the count to Clark Dickinson. Clark Dickinson 1 for 2, singled his first at bat and grounded out his second. Here's the pitch. And this one's high into center field. Bo King with the back pedal. It's going to get over his head. That one bounces off the bottom of the wall. Clark Dickinson is going to come around the corner at second and slam on the brakes. And that was a big shot into center field as that one came down right at the base of the wall on the ground.
Number 7, Trenton Tyree.
Trenton Tyree now at the plate for the Twins. Well, that one by Clark Dickinson had a bunch of air underneath it. And time is called. I think with a little bit of breeze, that one might have been able to find its way over the fence. Hangus now with the pitch. High for a ball. And Hathaway will come out of the dugout to check in with Hangus. Before you head out to go anywhere, or before you get ready for your next gathering, you should check out our friends over at Fast Trip Conoco. Fast Trip Conoco is your one-stop shop convenience store. From their most convenient gas pumps in town to the best stock of your favorite drinks and the coldest ice you can find. Want to make your car look good? Well, lucky for you, Magic Touch Car Wash is right in the parking lot to make your car look good. They've got a great deal going on. Gas it up, fuel it up. Go check out our friends over at Fast Trip Conoco on South Reserve across from Larchmont Golf Course. Fast Trip Conoco, your one-stop convenience store and a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Here's the pitch by Hangus, and we'll go high for ball 2. Hangus now leans in to get the pitch from Clausen. And we get a strike, so Hangus will jump into the count at 2-1 now. For Trenton Tyree, 0 for 2, pair of strikeouts on the day. As this one will be fouled off into the batting cages down the first base line to even us out at 2 on the count. Here's the pitch. And a swing, and it's a strikeout to end the side. So Glacier will get one on, but they'll leave him behind, and the Mavericks keep it 7-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bottom of the 6th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Lindbergh Craig Field. Missoula Mavericks leading the Glacier Twins 7-0 here at the bottom of the 6th inning. For the Mavericks, it will be Connor Daniels to lead things off. So it is the 5, 6, 7 batters for the Mavericks here in the bottom of the 6th inning. In Anaconda, Montana, bottom of the 3rd, Florence and Loyola tied at 1. It is Kovac pitching for the Florence Falcons. For the Twins here at Lindbergh Craig Field, it's Nate Hatter and Connor Daniels will swing for strike 1. Here's the pitch. We'll go back outside for an even count at 1. There's one out on the board over there in Anaconda. Florence Falcons, the reigning Class B, C state champions, looking to push their way back into that state tournament as we've got divisionals going on. Daniels will slice for strike 2, so it's 1-2 on the 2-2 on the count as I missed one there while I was looking at the stats from the Loyola Florence game. And Daniels will have a pass ball. The throw to first is there. And that will be out number 1.
Number 4, Jake Lintner.
The third baseman, Jake Lintner, at the plate now for the Mavericks with 1 out. Lintner looks down the third baseline, Hathaway with his hands on his hips. So Lintner will step in. Here's the pitch. This one's punched straight up in the air. It's going to be foul for strike 1. In between innings, Stuart Long would head to the bullpen for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch. And it's a ball. So we go even on the count. 1 out, nobody on. Andrew Clausen in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Missoula leads 7-0 over Glacier. Here's the pitch. And that one will foul into the netting for strike 2. For Lintner, he's reached twice. The first time off an error, had a ground out and a single his last at-bat, so he is 1 for 3. And we go 2-2 on the count. Pitch on the way. And we get a full count to Lintner. Hatter, 36 pitches since he's come in. 19 of them have found the plate. This one's out to the third baseman. He can't hold on to it, and Lintner is going to get there off the air.
Number 14.
So 1 out, 1 on as Andrew Clausen comes to the plate for the Mavericks. Hatter's going to go to first as Lintner dives in. Lintner had kind of a comical moment a few weeks ago here at Lindbergh Craig Field as he went to slide into third base. This one's foul back at us for strike 1. But he would dive in, and it was like the ground had rubber cement on it because his lead arm kind of planted in the ground, and he slid just a little ways as Voorhees will give us strike 2 to Clausen. Well, he ended up making the slide and being safe, but somehow his legs ended up over his head in front of him. Clausen finds the hole over the top of the shortstop, and the Mavericks will have runners at first and second now with 1 out on the board, and that'll bring us to Bo King. Bo would be the second King to come through the Maverick program as his older brother Jackson played here. And the first pitch to King will be a ball. And Bo is going to go to Montana Tech this fall and play football, following in the footsteps of Jackson once again, playing in that cornerback position, something that he's held down over at Sentinel. King will take this one off the hand grips. It's going to be to the center fielder, and that's going to load the bases up with 1 out for the Mavericks. And there's an error. That's going to bring Lintner home. Clausen will come to third and King to second, and the Mavericks will earn a run to make it 8-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. Takes us to the bottom of the order for the Mavericks in Parker Stevens. And Glacier with 5 errors up on the board. They would have 7 in the first game. They're only 10 games in, so as this pitch is going to be low for a ball. Actually, this would be game number 12, but you know, that whole process of just getting guys used to it, and they're going to go ahead and send Parker Stevens to first. And that'll bring out the top of the order, Dayton Bay. Dayton Bay batting for the 5th time today. Here's the pitch by Hatter. And that one's across the chin of Bay. As we get ball one. Loaded bases for the Mavericks. The walk-off run at second, and Bo King is Veneman not able to keep it in front of him. And we get ball two. Clausen at third, King at second. Stevens at first as we go outside for another ball pitch to make it 3-0 on the count. So the Mavericks will have Butte tomorrow. First pitch at 1 o'clock right here at Lindbergh Craig Field. And a walk will bring Clausen home and keep the bases loaded to make it 9-0 Mavericks.
Number 2, Stuart Long.
Stuart Long now, the shortstop for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch by Hatter. And that one's going to roll down the third base line for ball one. And we get another visit from Glacier. We did see a young man warming up. We'll wait and see. And Clark Dickinson out in the defense of his pitcher. Hatter, and they'll discuss it out on the mound. Haven't seen the ball transfer, so this is just a visit. And it's a quick one. So the infield will reset with loaded bases here for the Mavericks. The walk-off run at third in Bo King. 1-0 to Long. Long was the DH in that first game. Here's the pitch by Hatter. And Long will foul this one back to go even at 1 on the count. Here's the pitch. And we get ball two. And as I was mentioning, this is only the 12th game for these Glacier Twins. So they are just in the process as we get ball three. Too long. But this is just part of the process of getting these boys warmed up, getting their arms into fashion. You don't want to push them. If you get guys out throwing too much, well, that's going to, when injuries is going to hurt, and that's going to bring the winning run home. So the Mavericks will get the win 10-0 over the Glacier Twins. Game 1, 6 innings. Mavericks win 10-0. Game 2, Mavericks beat the Glacier Twins 10-0. We'll see you back here tomorrow for the Butte Miners. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
First pitch tomorrow against Butte America at 1:05. Good night.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.